80% of the league are free agents. Like, everyone timed their contracts. Everybody signed one-year deals, and everyone timed their contracts to coincide with this new CBA. So literally, there's not even really any teams. There's only like 20%.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stop what you are doing and listen carefully, because shocking news was just confirmed on national television about the WNBA's collective bargaining crisis. For weeks, we have talked about the greed, jealousy, and internal fighting, but ESPN's Ramona Shelburne went on the Rich Eisen show and revealed how chaotic things really are behind the scenes. This is no longer just a normal labor dispute. It feels like a hostage situation. Right now, 80% of WNBA players do not have contracts with any team. Yes, 80% of the league's professional players are currently without a team, and this situation was planned. Many contracts were allowed to expire at the same time to pressure team owners, creating a league that does not even have enough signed players to hold games. The Players' Union reportedly encouraged athletes to sign one-year deals and bet on themselves, expecting bigger money to come in, especially with the extra attention and revenue connected to Caitlin Clark. The strategy was for everyone to become free agents together and demand higher salaries. But this is a risky game where eventually one side must give in, and right now no one is backing down. Meanwhile, two new expansion teams in Toronto and Portland are supposed to join the league, yet both currently have 0 players because there is no finalized collective bargaining agreement. Without knowing the salary cap or financial system, teams cannot draft or sign players, which has frozen the entire structure of the league. To make things even more embarrassing, the WNBA released its regular season schedule, and many fans thought that meant everything was fine, such as the Indiana Fever being set to play the New York Liberty on April 25th. However, Ramona Shelburne described the schedule release as the league blinking, out of desperation, trying to appear stable and calm fans and sponsors even though major issues remain unresolved.
We're getting close here, Rich. I mean, I thought it was interesting the league put out a schedule, because one of the pressure points I've been hearing was literally arena dates. You know how this goes. Like, if you don't have your dates on the schedule, they give them away to some concert. They give them away to some circus that comes to town, or they give them away to anybody else who wants to use the arena. Arenas cannot have open dates. And if you want those open dates, you gotta lock those in. So the league went forward with the idea of let's do the schedule, even though we don't even know who's on what team. And I thought that was a...
Did you hear that? The WNBA reportedly had to release a schedule even though many teams do not have full rosters yet, mainly to make sure their arenas do not get booked for other events like circuses or monster truck shows. That sounds unbelievable, but it shows how serious the situation has become. This is supposed to be the top women's basketball league in the world, the home of stars like Caitlin Clark, Aya Wilson, and Sabrina Ionescu. Yet the league is reportedly competing with traveling entertainment shows just to secure arena dates. Because the Players' Union is holding firm in negotiations, and leaders like Breanna Stewart and Nneka Agwamike are pushing for a larger share of league revenue, the owners felt pressure to publish a schedule quickly to protect bookings and business operations. The union wants better pay, bigger contracts, and benefits similar to what NBA players receive, but the financial reality of the league is very different. NBA arenas are not replacing stars like LeBron James with circus acts, and that comparison highlights the gap between goals and current business strength. The players are asking to be treated like a billion-dollar league, while the league is still working to grow and stabilize financially. During this debate, veteran broadcaster Rich Eisen, who has covered many major sports labor disputes, pointed out the key issue that explains why so many people are suddenly paying attention to the WNBA right now.
But again, there's a golden goose that's getting more valuable here, and you know, and stars. I mean, Juju Watkins is going to be healthy. Like this is rubber meat.
The golden goose in this discussion is Caitlin Clark, and Rich Eisen argued that the union may be taking a serious risk with the most valuable star the league has right now. Clark has brought huge attention to the WNBA, including millions of new viewers, sold-out arenas, and major television interest. However, many of those new fans are following her specifically, not necessarily the league as a whole. If the WNBA pushes negotiations toward a lockout and the season does not start on time, casual fans may simply shift their attention to other events like the NBA playoffs. In sports and entertainment, momentum can disappear quickly. If games are delayed, the excitement surrounding the league could cool down, and it can be very difficult to win back casual viewers once they move on. The timeline makes the situation more urgent. According to Ramona Shelburne, the real pressure point is March. Within a short period, the league must finalize the salary cap, manage expansion plans for new markets, negotiate contracts for a large percentage of players who are currently free agents, conduct the draft, and begin training camps. Normally, these processes take months of preparation. Trying to complete all of this in just a few weeks would likely create confusion and instability. Even if an agreement were reached quickly, free agency could become extremely crowded, with many players competing for limited roster spots at once. That could affect team chemistry and overall performance at the start of the season. Union leadership reportedly includes experienced stars such as Nneka Ogwumike and Breanna Stewart, who have additional income sources from endorsements and international play. Critics argue that while top compensation while also maintaining the league's momentum and financial health, the concern being raised is about players on minimum contracts and whether union leadership fully understands the financial pressure on lower-paid athletes. Critics argue that top union leaders may be financially secure, while younger or minimum salary players depend heavily on each season's paycheck. They believe leadership is taking a major risk by pushing negotiations to the edge. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has reportedly warned about the urgency of reaching an agreement, understanding that prolonged uncertainty could damage the league's growth. If a deal is not reached soon, the fear is that momentum built around stars like Caitlin Clark could slow down significantly. There is also concern about broadcast partners. Major companies such as the Walt Disney Company, Amazon, and NBC invest heavily in sports rights and expect stability. If games are delayed or canceled due to a lockout, television agreements could face complications, including renegotiations. From a business standpoint, networks want assurance that the season will proceed smoothly. Players may feel they are fighting for a fair share of revenue, but if the season is disrupted, everyone involved, players, owners, sponsors, and fans, could lose financially. Supporters of the league worry that this situation risks wasting a major growth opportunity. The recent surge in popularity created excitement, higher attendance, and increased media attention. Many believe that reaching a balanced collective bargaining agreement quickly would protect that progress. However, tensions remain high, and neither side appears ready to fully compromise. If negotiations continue without resolution, there is a real possibility that the start of the 2026 season could be delayed. Ultimately, both sides face a critical decision: protect long-term growth through compromise or risk damaging the league's momentum during one of the most important periods.